Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Happy holidays. Are we on?
Just playing the music bed.
Happy end of year.
The music is playing. The music is playing.
So unmute.
Unmute.
Okay.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Christmas holiday special.
It is that. Yes, and.
That's the cut down.
Hanukkah.
And all the holiday specials.
Any holidays that anybody wants. New Year's special as well.
Or just like Thursday too, like
PTO celebration. Yeah. From Boys Club to you.
From our club to you.
Your club. Here we are. Someone in the chat just said locked in. I love that. If you are here, please jump in the chat. It's truly my favorite part of the
I have it open too, so I can see everything that people say, and I'm going to be locked in on the chat. So.
And you have to click into the stream, and then there's the opportunity to chat. If you comment on the thread, you don't see it. We don't see it right away. So just so everybody knows.
We're locked in. How's it feel?
I'm Natasha.
Oh, I'm Dina.
Miranda.
Special guest.
Yeah, guest appearance.
This is part of Boys Club. This is a few people from Boys Club.
We have a really fun show. Just a quick rundown before we get started here. We have 4 guests. We're going to be talking about AI design prompting with Techbimbo. We have John Egan coming, who's the Chief Product Officer at Polygon. He was formerly the head of crypto Stripe. He's a very serious person. We're going to talk about payments with him. Andrew McCormick, head of eToro US. Never talked to someone from eToro before, so I'm excited to have a chat with him.
I feel like I have some history. Was Anna Stone at eToro? I feel like I have a history with eToro.
Here.
You have a history.
I don't understand.
Doing some.
That time you've been chatting with them for a while, so that's all I know.
I know that they've done some
Here.
major out of home buys that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, I know
that's
they
why.
did taxi take. I think maybe London.
Yeah. We're gonna find out, and then Quasimatt is coming to just close things out on a strong note.
End of year special.
End of year special.
This
So-
is the last live stream of the year for.
Testing.
Hello.
Mic 1.
It's not a test.
Mic
if it's
check, mic check.
If it's live. I wish I could bring Kate's Christmas
Photo up.
up on the screen. Wait, maybe I can airdrop it to myself so everyone can know what we're dealing with here.
Great. Hello. The intimacy of a should I just look on my computer?
Is Jamie here? Great.
Test.
Happy holidays.
We're
Sound is
mic'd.
back. Sound is back.
There she is.
I'm just testing on my computer.
Ava just commented in the chat. Sound is back.
Oh, Ava.
Great.
Oh, Ava. Hi. We miss you. Hello, Ava. Our newest hire.
Newest boy.
Newest full-time boy.
So quick, I want to get through a lot of stuff. Quick shout out to Polygon. We had some big news yesterday that I want to chat about. But first, if you've touched crypto in any way, chances are you've already used Polygon. It's a chain quietly powering a bunch of stuff that actually works, that people actually use, like Stripe's crypto payments, betting on poly markets, prediction markets, and a bunch more. Big news at Boys Club HQ, Polygon yesterday.
Big news hit the timeline. We love Polygon.
We love them.
We've worked with them for the past year, and we are entering a official situationship with
An
them.
entanglement.
Uh-huh.
An entanglement and Yeah. And we're very excited about it. It's a
Yeah.
huge deal for us at Boys Club. And I feel really blessed and honored to be in the situation that we're in and feel like we've worked really hard. And it feels really nice when you work really hard and something comes together.
Totally. I think it is really cool. And I think that in terms of what it means for us, it's just like enabling us to do what we're doing and amp it all the way up. This has been the case for the last couple of months. So it hasn't felt different to you. It probably won't, other than you'll see more exciting.
Only good stuff.
All-
It will
all
only
good
mean more Boys Club in your life
Totally.
and on the timeline. And in many ways, nothing will change. And in other ways, there'll be just a lot more exciting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But we remain totally independent, which is the
Totally
exciting part of all of
independent.
it. And I think that Polygon, we have been working together for the past year, and we've gotten to know them like culturally, operationally, and they're such a stand-up squad across the board at Polygon Lab. So
Totally.
Yeah.
Longtime listeners know that we've had many different iterations of what Boys Club is and what the business is and what it isn't. And we've had many conversations with various parties over the years about various different iterations of what like an entanglement could look like. And this is the first time it felt like it really right for
Yeah.
all the reasons. And so, yeah, excited to take the next step.
yeah, and I think the reason that you're maybe hearing vagaries is actually like intentional because like Dina just said, like it was the first time we were able to have a conversation that wasn't just like standard cut and dry, black and white. It was really about like what does Boys Club need to grow and keep doing what we're doing on a larger scale. So
Yeah.
Nuance. There was room
it's
for nuance.
intentional nuance, and it's a dynamic environment.
Boys Club, we love to never have something that's just
You know, we live in the gray.
womanhood is a spectrum.
It sure is. It sure is.
Anyway, I think that if you're looking for a feeling from the boys, it's really excited and feel really genuinely like proud of every single one of us.
Yeah, and thanks so much for everyone's kind words.
Oh my gosh, everyone was so nice on the timeline. What a wonderful response from so many people that I said this in a thread I did, but I've met so many wonderful people. And like the joke is it's just about the friends you meet along the way. And that meme is true. It's funny because it's true. And I've met so many wonderful people doing this job and have had many iterations of myself and of the work. And it's been really nice to be in and amongst people who leave a lot of space for that. And just love y'all.
Mhm.
What's up?
Okay, we have a
and
couple things we want to get through before
Yes.
first guest comes. Okay.
totally. The one other thing
Okay.
is I do want to say Ava is in the chat. She's the newest boy. She's in, I won't talk to where she is, but she's traveling for holidays. But go follow her on Twitter.
Nice.
She's new to Twitter.
the timeline, but also Ava has been. If you've been at our events, you've probably met Ava at some point in the last couple of years. She's been writing
hard.
and working with us in all sorts of ways, and it is so awesome to have her.
We've been wanting
full
to,
time.
yeah, for so long. So it feels like a real big. Okay, we are going to do a little year in review.
Great.
You're gonna bounce?
I think so.
But you have some funny things to say. Okay. Great. I was hoping you'd say it. Okay, so we have a few questions. Okay, I'm gonna ask you the first one.
Okay.
And you can skip or go.
Okay.
Man of the year.
Okay. I've prepared. I have a list.
I know
Oh,
you
okay.
have a few different questions that I don't have answers to.
Okay, great. Okay, I have a list, and it's as
A
is
list of men.
a list of man of the
You
year.
have a binder full of men.
I have a binder of men, and I'm excited to chat through them all. I'll do a quick hit. Jack Dorsey,
Interesting.
Eric Adams, Mira Murati,
Okay.
Nathan Fielder,
Okay.
the Pope, and Dr. Orna.
Wow.
An incredible list.
Incredible list.
I was just like in a flow state this morning in
Flow
Metro North.
state.
I was like, okay, who's really
Who's my men of
who's
the year?
been top of mind, and all of those,
All of those.
all of them
Wow.
have been an embodiment of 25 in one way or the other.
100%. Wow,
So
I really love
that's
that.
my list. What about yours?
50 Cent.
Oh,
He's my man of the year.
incredible. Have you watched the
Really
documentary?
taken over my timeline.
I haven't watched it.
I've watched some of it,
Mhm.
and it's a few things. One, once you get in an algorithmic hole, and I have watched enough 50 Cent clips now to be in one.
Yeah.
And there's so many wonderful things about this person, but one of them being that his level, like his commitment to petty, is so powerful. And I respect it and admire it, and it couldn't be me, but I want to move closer to that type of person.
Yeah.
He dated
Petty with a production budget.
petty with money.
Yeah.
And also a few years ago, I think it was maybe 10 years ago, fact check me on this, somebody, because it's not accurate exactly, but he ran out of money, I think, was fiscally irresponsible, and found a wallet of Bitcoin. And that's what got him back to his.
Are you for real?
I think so.
Fact check on
Yeah.
that.
Anyway,
Incredible.
that's my man of the year.
And any men for you?
I'm really racking my brain.
That's
over
totally
here.
fair. Totally fair. No worries.
No, you had one.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
That's later.
a private man.
That's a private
Man,
man.
I guess like Donnie for me.
Nice.
Okay, it doesn't all have to be like I was taking it as like a Time magazine approach to it,
Of course,
which is
person of the year. Of course.
which is well, also like it's not only complimentary; it's like just big.
Impact. Impact.
Interesting.
Mind share, yeah,
I
mind share.
agree, which is
Mind share,
why I
yeah.
feel
Totally.
Mom Donnie
Totally,
like
yeah.
ticks that box for me in a lot of different ways. So that's all I have to say on that.
Okay, favorite day on the timeline.
Okay. Women in space.
There's a I know that one. Really good.
Katy
Really
Perry
good.
kissing the ground.
Mhm.
The weird door not working.
Yeah,
like just so many.
Also, the conspiracy theory around it not ever
Ever
happening.
yeah,
and just like
loved
it being
Just opening
something
the door.
just fun. Funsies.
Totally.
Funsies go to space.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just everything about it is so
Incredible.
ridiculous.
It
and
was
enjoyable.
Gail King too, right?
Gail King.
She was
like,
in the
what
crew.
is happening?
It really was peak internet.
Peak internet. Like, really wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys?
Mine was Conclave, the Pope Day.
Oh, that's out.
Pope Day was huge, huge for some of us.
Huge.
And just was one of those days where it was like, it was so wholesome. We were all just there looking at a chimney in Rome and wondering what's going to happen.
Waiting. So yeah, it was such a human.
Miranda, do you have one?
Yesterday.
Oh, that's cute. That's so
sweet.
sweet. I
That's
love
really
that.
sweet.
Okay. Best comeback.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Oh. Nice.
She's
Nice.
back. Back on the timeline.
Yeah,
Who-
I actually was falling asleep the other night and I thought, yeah, she sold her. Like, I was
sold her
just, I
Twitter.
had full body conviction about like what has happened. to her.
Totally.
So
Although I will say I have never subscribed to anyone on Twitter before.
you
but
subscribed.
I subscribed
You're waiting.
because
Watching waiting again.
because she was like, I'm starting a book club. And I was like, I want to be in her book club. And it was $1. And it was like, great. So
you're
I'll do
her
this.
I mean,
I'm
boys
so
club
Your
is
excited.
latest victim is no book club, right?
No,
Right?
I haven't seen a lot of book club yet, but I also like subscribers.
She's gonna be waiting a while.
To give her money is
And also it hit Dave's credit card. And he was like, what? All
an
this
interesting
stuff.
experiment.
He's like, what are you doing?
Microtransactions.
Oh my gosh.
What's the best comeback for you?
This has just felt top of mind. Lily Allen. Full Lily Allen comeback.
Huge.
Anti-Lily Allen. I could see that for you.
It's a bigger conversation. I was a huge fan when she first came out, and I do really like the album, but I find the press around it to be grating.
Totally. But I do think she's back. SNL after 18 years.
I think she's back. I
Say
have a
it.
lot.
Just say it, Dina.
Well, I just like when I listen. This is a larger conversation, but like I'm listening
It's layered.
to the album, and there was like some consent that she had. This is not totally off topic, but like there was some consent that she had in her relationship to have an open relationship.
Yeah.
And then she changed the goalposts and she got mad about it. And it's never in this whole thing.
I
I think that's actually exactly the opposite. Of
I
it.
agree.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But like
The song
this
says
is,
you should just use lyrics.
of
from
course,
the song.
she is writing.
Comment in the chat.
It's
The goalpost. That's one of her lyrics.
all I'm saying.
all to say is It's
petty.
It's
if
petty.
nothing else.
It's petty. Wait, petty is maybe my theme for anyway. It was just the first one that came to mind, just for the record. It's not
no,
the
it's
really
most
a big comeback though.
It was
for
totally
sure.
true on comeback.
tick.
Maybe not gonna endorse on
The way she went about it. I see. For me, I'm like, I love a
Scorched
before
earth.
he cheats. Like
I
before
had
he cheats, kind of
before he
moment.
cheats idea. In
Hell hath no fury.
in Tennessee or in Pigeon Forge where I went for Thanksgiving, they have this thing that's like they do there, which is dinner theaters. There's all sorts of different kinds. There's a Dolly Parton one, which is the one I went to. I was totally overserved there, and it was so much fun, and it was so kitschy as in all the ways you can imagine. Anyway, I had this idea as I think like in a hangover state the next morning, where I was thinking of different dinner theaters that you could do.
Fun.
And I thought of a Carrie Underwood, what's his name? Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats style dinner theater where you're given a side of who it is, and like the whole show plays out in front of you. And
Wow.
good, right?
High concept. I love it.
Thanks so much. Okay.
She needs a boost too. I think that from what I've read, she's been kind of down bad. She's gotten her head over her head with like a farm or something. I don't know.
Oh, a dinner theater venture.
Yeah, I think she's
in debt.
Yeah,
I think
also, I think she's been like not booked and busy since
Okay, so
she showed up
Carrie,
at the
let me know.
inauguration. Yeah. My comeback also music is Biebs.
Oh, totally.
Just absolutely love to see him return to the music scene.
Yeah, I saw that was on your top songs.
I am in the top 0.4% of
wow.
of
Wait, did you
listeners.
see Lottie Day was Beyonce's top listener
of all time?
of all time. Number one.
Honestly,
It was
whoa.
incredible. And the thread I saw about it was people were like, we've been looking for you. And she's like, Karen. She's like,
Goals.
like the Bayhive. It was so
Right.
cute. It was so sweet. I loved it.
Wow. Achievement.
But she
Cool.
was like, yeah, she like puts it on when she sleeps. Like you have to be listening to it
Oh my gosh.
all the time
Uh-huh.
in order to get to the number one spot. But it was impressive.
I do think there's like a real commitment to like supporting like the stream count in some of these fandoms as well. So yeah, just like rolling it on mute while you're sleeping.
Okay, best quote. I have one, which was from, this is kind of a niche throwback, but the Kid Rock World Coin moment.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
Great.
Just was thinking about that as comeback because he really re-entered my
Did he?
my
He
orbit
only
with that
re-entered
moment.
for that moment.
That was the craziest. That was probably the
Short-lived.
craziest video I've seen all year. That's saying something.
Yeah. And the
Um,
quote being,
none of these
somehow I have one in my fucking house. We're talking about the orbs. Incredible.
wow, that's really great. That's really great.
Just surprise and delight.
Uh-huh. It
my-
was.
It really was.
Mine was everything is computer.
Mm,
Yeah.
good.
I feel like
That's
it entered
load bearing.
okay.
Biggest fumble.
Biggest fumble.
I have one.
Great. I don't really have one.
I
so
do.
Oh, what's
Go.
yours?
Sean Wyatt and Nina.
this is
Okay,
pop
I don't
culture.
know.
Yeah. that
Just,
is.
okay, so Nina Dobrev from Vampire Diaries. Does that ring a bell? Nina.
I
Kind
don't
of,
see
yeah.
that for Dina, but
Okay, well, she's an icon, a legend, like
Okay.
one of the most beautiful human beings to ever walk the face of the earth. Just, really a special bird.
Shaun White, the snowboarder.
And Sean White, the snowboarder,
They
who I
were
referred
together.
to as Carrot Top Dupe earlier, because I'm so mad at that fumble. I can't even believe. And also, they were engaged for like a long, long time, so
an
everyone sort
engagement.
of saw it.
Mm.
I think he cheated on her.
That's
speculation.
that word on the street.
Theater.
I wouldn't even care about the fumble if it was just like they grew apart. But to have it be a story of
Mm,
non-consenting, unethical cheating,
Uh-huh.
not
not for you.
No. Not
Okay,
what I'm about.
mine's a little bit more pointed.
Great.
Great.
Farcaster.
Whoa.
And here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say. It's not a fumble on anyone individually.
Totally.
I actually think that Dan has been a great founder through this and like
Hundo P.
has taken a lot of made a lot of hard decisions.
Uh-huh.
I however think that like there was an experiment that failed around decentralized social at least for now, and it will work in the future in some way or shape or form. But
Man, that just brought up so many other PR fumbles for me from this year.
Ooh,
but,
say.
really?
yeah, totally.
Clockwork's announcement of their shift from media into consulting and data platforms. That was just an interesting case study around having
comms.
the right comms
Yeah,
partner.
and
in the
honestly,
room.
so was Dan's reason
Right.
announcement around the Farcaster thing. Like that felt like actually his message was, it's not working. We're going to try this other thing for growth. We're going to keep the social network. We think that the wallet's really important for the growth of the social network.
Totally.
All of that was there, but the way that he announced it,
The order of operations was off.
Yeah. And
Same with, I would say, a similar kind of
totally.
thing.
And I think the lesson in that is that people don't read.
People don't read. Perception is reality. And call Boys Club if you want a comms partner that can help.
I love that.
I'm going to head off.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. Let's
cool.
bring up our first guest. Anything else before we do that?
I think we can do it in the in between.
Great. Jamie, come on up. Nice to see you. We have some music playing right now, so you don't have to feel weird about
Hi. So nice to meet you. I'm just gonna move this table actually.
Yes.
I'm Natasha.
Nice to meet you. Oh. Fumble. Do you like to Great.
I haven't had the opportunity to be called Techbimbo yet.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna start?
Okay. Oh, you can move it back. You can move it back too.
Okay.
Kate, how's my sweatshirt? Okay, thank you. Like unzip the bottom. It's a double zip.
We were just talking about double zips.
I'm so excited.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Okay, let me do a quick intro, then we can get into our questions. So Jamie Gannon at Techbimbo, your bio, a very good branding AI person based in New York City. I love that. The creator of buildmyaesthetic.com, which is an AI design course. Just overall, a great follow if you're interested in creative prompts, design inspiration, and AI and branding. And so excited to have you on the show.
I've been a long time follower of Boys Club. So
Oh, that's so
yeah.
nice. Thank you.
Okay, so tell us about your background. How'd you get into the prompting game?
Yeah. So I am a brand strategist and creative director. I mainly work with early stage tech companies, sometimes e-commerce. I also had a crypto phase, as like many of us did.
Totally.
I guess you guys are still in the crypto thing. But yeah, I guess so I do a lot of branding work. And I also have a supplement company that I run with my boyfriend. It's called
Supplement?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's called Portal. It's a sleep supplement.
Okay.
And it's pretty much like just us two. So like nights and weekends, we don't like put a ton of time into it. So we don't have like a huge like bankroll to like get a ton of like people to do websites or product photography and stuff like that. So as a designer, I want the site to look really good because it's kind of a reflection of me. And also it's just like fun. So I was kind of exploring like, okay, how do we get better product photos? Like, how do I get a better website and just make everything look better? And I realized like doing the product photography or buying stock photos or doing a photo shoot is like really expensive. So I started playing with AI to just, you know, as simple as like just doing like, it's a drink. So like just making the drink. And then it got into like making like really editorial like stock photos and like, you know, how-tos of like how to use the product. And now I'm doing like full on product photography, also like UGC. So that was like the first like real flow where I could build like an entire brand.
Yeah.
Using AI where it like really kind of unlocked for me.
I will say there's a lot of people who are doing like prompt design stuff, but I will say what sets you apart, like in the top 0.0, like by a huge mile, is how editorial and differentiated all your stuff looks. Like all of it that I've seen, it's really impressive.
Thank you.
And yeah, we're just so into it. How do you like get to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not much different than any other creative process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to have a goal in mind of what you're going for, but at the end of the day, you're just iterating. Like obviously there's like certain tools that are going to be more likely to give you like a super realistic look or like a super editorial look. But even if like, you know, that, you know, you still have to have like good references and like create a mood board and like know what you want in terms of like giving a direction. So it's just like, you know, creating a logo, you know, you start with what am I making? What is like the style going to be? Let me find some references. Let me think about how I want to go about this. And then it's just trial and error. It's a lot of like iteration and like seeing what works. And then, if you get to like a point where it looks really good, but like, let's say in Midjourney, like the style is really cool, but like the skin is kind of like smooth or like the hands messed up, then I know, okay, I should move it into a different tool or maybe even just Photoshop to kind of like finish it out, basically.
How have you gotten to the tools that you are using? Do you use a mix of all of them? Do you have some favorites? Like, I feel like that's, I get stuck even there.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, where do I start?
Yeah. So I would, I started using, well, obviously ChatGPT for like tech stuff, but I started with Midjourney. And I think it's a good place.
Is it still only in a Discord?
No, it has like a beautiful app.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, a really good agency design app. I'm blanking on the name right now, but or web platform, whatever. It's really beautiful. I like recommending people start with Midjourney for a couple of reasons, and I'm doing this in my course as well. It's like really easy to use, and there's also a lot of like levers you can play with, similar to like a VSCO or something. Not exactly like filters, but in terms of like it's not just like an empty prompt box,
Okay.
You can have mood boards, you can have personalization.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You can tune up the style or tune down the style.
Okay.
There's also like a whole community of like people that you can like take their prompts or like take their profile codes. So that's really a good place to start. And then also if you want something that will like almost 100% give you like a beautiful image, maybe not necessarily realistic, or exactly what you prompted for, Midjourney will do that. But something like Nano Banana Pro, it might just look kind of boring or bland.
Okay. I feel like something that you've been able to like pierce through that I have not yet, and I haven't seen a lot of other people, is that everything that I generate, there's like a sheen over it that I'm like, oh, this is clearly AI generated. And like, it's usually fine for what I'm doing because I'm not at the level of like product, whatever. But like everything is like, even the, today, the Kathy Wood, did you see the Kathy Wood thing? Where it's like, I'm like, ma'am, that's obviously like an AI generated child and like a photo, like you can tell from that thing. But your images seem to like are you a texture that really sets it apart? Are you pulling it into Photoshop and then like finishing things there? Like how?
No, I don't do any like retouching in terms of like style. Wow. The only retouching I'll do is like, if there's like a weird, I don't know, like really small stuff, or like making a mock-up or something. When it comes to like the texture stuff, I mean, it depends on what you're making. Like I had this one sort of series go viral, like my like Party Girl series, where it was all these like super grainy, like, 2000s Lindsay Lohan inspired like digital camera photos of like kind of like influencer girls today in like that style, like partying or on boats or whatever. And that happened to look really real because I nailed that like digital camera sort of like prompt and mood board or like input system basically. But if you try that same thing, and like I in my course talk about this, like if you apply that to skiing, like, I go skiing, I take digital camera pictures when I'm skiing. You would think that, okay, if this digital camera system works for this, it should work for this other one too, but it's not how like the model works. It's way too focused on like being dark and grungy and the references that I've given it. So you have to kind of change your approach depending on like the mood and what you're making. So my process is like different. If I want something like really like DSLR and like crisp, I'm going to use like different prompts, different references than I am for the like digital camera stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's not a one thing.
So what's your take on AI art versus like there's, a lot of discourse around that right now.
Yeah. I mean, if we're just talking about the art, I mean, I feel for the artists that like, they're like, it gets in the way of like important things in the process. Like even if let's say the output's good, like, there's important things when you're making it that like make art what it is. But I think in terms of like commercial artists or like designers, it's just so much cope And it's really funny because I actually saw a talk about this a couple months ago by this guy, Claudio. And he was going over like basically like Luddite thinking throughout all these different times in history. And like artists, when the camera came out, were saying the same thing. They were even like the camera's gonna steal your soul. Musicians, when I guess like the synth came out, or like whenever like electronic music started coming in, same exact conversation. I also didn't know this, like even like graphic designers, Massimo Vignelli, I think like did like the subway in New York. He didn't like Photoshop even.
Okay.
So like even tools as like you would think would be universally loved, he was like, no, it's going to get in the way of my design process. So this is just like a tale as old as time. And yeah, I think a lot of it's cope, and a lot of the people that like really hate on it, like make it their like brand to hate on it, are kind of just losers that like don't like, they don't even have they're defending these like great careers they don't even have.
Heard.
Yeah. Nice.
Let it
Shots
rip.
fired.
No, I get that argument very much. And I think that there's, like the democratization of tools, and music tools, I think there was the same sort of stuff that's rolled around when that happened as well. And I think it's like, you have to see that as net positive for more people to be able to like
create.
Yeah. Not everyone's going to create well. And like, that's always going to be the case, but like, that doesn't mean that shouldn't be available to them to use. You seem to go viral or like have these viral moments every once in a while. Like, do you get a lot of stuff back that's...
If I go really viral, there was one, I did a post of like hot girls are using AI. I got like 27 million views. But it was
Are you monetizing that?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I put it in the newsletter.
Elon bucks.
Yeah, it's great. The UBI.
No. I put your hot girls are using AI in the newsletter.
So they like basically they take a regular photo and they're like put a horse behind me or put a puppy in front of me, and it went super viral. And the quote tweets were like so vicious. I had so many like other kind of like design thinkers reaching out to me. They're like, I knew the AI hate was like bad, but it's like so delusional. Like people were quote tweeting with like collages they made on like PixArt. They're like, here's something I made in like 2014 that's so much better, and it was like objectively worse,
right?
Aesthetically, like all like just horrible. And then there's people commenting like, you know, imagine how many trees they killed to make this. Like they're killing the environment, just like insane. Anti-AI psychosis.
What do you say to stuff like that? You just ignore it?
I mean, they're just. I think that it's better for me because like the less people that know how to use these tools, like the more I can charge to like, like use them, because people are gonna want them. Obviously, or businesses at least. So
okay, I want to get into some of the work that you've seen using AI that feels really good to you. So, best campaign.
Well, I mean, I think the best AI campaign, we probably don't know about it, right?
Okay.
You think
nice.
that? Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna know.
What did you think of the J. Crew drama?
I think I read an article about that.
Did you see that they like did a campaign with AI? And
I'm trying to remember what I thought about that. I think I liked it.
Okay. Yeah. There was just like the thing that upset me about it was like there were some very obvious errors. Like there was like a leg that was like pointed backwards, and I was like, how did that get like greenlit? Like it's a little bit weird to me how it seems like there's not like checks and balances around AI production in traditional businesses. They don't know how to do that yet.
I also think this is something that I've been like learning too as I get better at it over the last like 6 months to a year, is like you're so excited by like the novelty of it and the fact that you can like produce something at all, that like that high lasts for a long time, and then you look back like 3 months later and you're like, oh my god, like that totally looks like AI. Or you're like, oh, it's fine, like let's focus on like this subject, like this looks so good, and you kind of like forget the broken leg or whatever because the rest of it is like so fun and cool. That's like a part of like getting good at AI, is like being like radically honest about like, does this look good? Same thing for design or even like fashion too. It's like we like tell ourselves all sorts of lies.
Totally. Worst campaign?
I was racking my brain trying to think of this earlier. I think I haven't seen too many bad ones. I think people are still being pretty careful. I know the Coca-Cola one went pretty viral. That had a lot of hate. But honestly, I mean,
The McDonald's one last week too.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, the Skechers were
Skechers?
bad.
Yeah, the Skechers one was bad.
Oh,
But
I haven't seen that one.
there's lots of like regular bad campaigns too that aren't
Totally.
using AI.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I took this question. I was like, I mean, look at a luxury perfume ad, like, and they probably spent like, I don't even know production budgets, like
Yeah.
upwards of like hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce that. When like you probably could have just done the thing with AI too.
Hire Jamie.
There you go. How do you think marketing roles are going to evolve over the next few years with all these tools?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a big question. I think high level, like design and marketing and like storytelling, it's like all
she said
going
it.
to kind of
She's
become like
buzz.
one role or one team in some ways. I think like the top 10% of like anything, you know, whether you're an illustrator or a designer or a marketer, like you can stay kind of like in your niche, but overall, the fields are going to kind of meld together. And I think that's because like with marketing and design, like, because I do a lot of branding, obviously, when you're interacting with like your brand guidelines or like trying to make like a website or an ad, it's not going to be like using a template or like using just like your brand guidelines anymore. It's probably going to look more like using ChatGPT. You might like have a design system that you make, and a set of like negative prompts and like rules and context that you give this AI that you can then like prompt in the natural language to like make you a holiday poster, you know, in your brand style, or make you a landing page. And then like on like the even like crazier end is like, let's say you're like a skincare brand and you have this like AI interface that has all of your product photography. It can make any new product photography. It has all your design systems. It has all the sentiment about what people are talking about. And you're like, hey, AI, I want 30 static ads with testimonials, all new original customers for each one. And I'm going to plug you into Meta. And I want you to use my like top 10 segments. So that might be like women with aging skin. That might be new moms. That might be teenagers. And then it'll write each ad like for them in that context with your brand guidelines. And then maybe even be able to like take the results that those ads get and refine them and like do it all on its own. So marketers especially are going to be more like brand like engineers in a sense. I don't know what word is like the right one at this point, but yeah, they're going to be doing a lot more prompting, curation. I hate to use the word like taste, but like taste is going to be a big deal. Like knowing what to make, why to make, and when to make it, versus like, you know, the actual execution, which will be like totally nice.
I feel like what I've learned from this conversation is that the mood board and like the briefing process to the AI is like everything. And that you're particularly like part of your talent, and what you found is like that really being intentional about that stage, like inputs affect your output, and like you're not going to get a good output unless you're like very intentional about like how you're shaping what you want it to be in the upfront.
Yeah, I like barely in my course, like I go over prompts a lot, but like most of the prompts, and I posted about this, are like 1 or 2 sentences max.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like depending on what kind of thing I'm making, like if I'm just making like sexy girl, for example, with like some of my like mood board systems, I can just literally say like sexy girl and it'll come out like super realistic, super cool. Versus other people, you know, if they don't have this like system kind of built up. I hate calling it a system because like everyone calls their system workflow process. I'm not trying to sell you on that. But yeah, they have to do like all this huge like JSON prompt, and it's just it's a horrible way to work.
Okay, should we do Shill Minute?
Yeah, I think so.
Great. So we have a fun bit here that we do, which is we have our guests shill something, anything for 1 minute. And
oh God,
we'd like to do it with you. Do you have something prepared?
I don't. I mean, I can do my course.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. I kind of wanted to hear about your supplement. To be honest.
Okay.
Okay, great. Ready? Go.
Okay, so Portal is an all-natural sleep supplement. It uses magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and glycine. And basically, my boyfriend and I created it a couple years ago. We based it on Andrew Huberman's like sleep stack. So it's all like clinically validated doses and science backed. And basically, what it does, we have a whole science page that is going to explain this way better than I do. But all these ingredients not only like help you relax and fall asleep, but they do a bunch of cool stuff in your brain and in your muscles to like make your recovery better. So if you've ever been like really sore from the gym, and you take a magnesium bath, you take a magnesium supplement, you'll usually wake up like way less sore than you would have been otherwise. And like glycine too, it like makes people dream a lot. But it like actually gets in your brain, like helps your body cool down, which helps you fall asleep faster
we need
and
some of these.
stay
Okay,
asleep.
we're at time, but
okay.
that was absolutely
Wait,
perfect.
where can people get it?
Withportal.com.
Withportal.com.
We'll drop in the
great.
chat. And then
Techbimbo. So
your-
great to have you.
your course, how can people find out more?
You can go to buildmyaesthetic.com or just follow me on X at Jamie Gannon, and I'll be providing updates. Hopefully it's coming like Jan 1.
Great.
maybe a
Nice.
little sooner. Yeah.
You'll see us there.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
you.
you.
So nice to have you.
Yeah.
Music's out. Great.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So fun.
Appreciate you.
So fun to
So
chat.
fun.
Great. We have John Egan, Chief Product Officer at Polygon, formerly head of crypto at Stripe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you. We have spent some time together and heard about your vision and excited to talk about it today. But you are a man that knows a lot about crypto. You know a lot about sort of how institutions, I think about crypto more than a lot of other folks who are working in this industry. So I'm curious, what's your sort of take on where the industry is at right now? Just sort of high level, like vibe check.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty exciting moment. I think like stable coins are here to stay. No one's really arguing about that anymore.
Yeah.
There's sort of a joke in the industry now. It's like stablecoin panels are the most boring panels to go to. We don't have anything to disagree about anymore. We all stand up there and say, oh, it's going to be amazing. We're going to connect the world. We're going to move money internationally in seconds instead of days. And everyone just sort of nods.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, that's probably going to happen.
No conflict.
Yeah. And I think you could argue the boredom's exciting, right? Like we're finally not arguing about whether or not this core capability is possible anymore. We're arguing about like, what's the right way to bring it to the world? And that's really cool, right? So that means we start to see winners in the space like Polymarket emerging who are really winning on UX, right? For the first time, right? Like crypto is winning on UX instead of like winning on, you know, some kind of an arbitrage. And so I think that that's really exciting. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. We're going to start seeing more brand names kind of come into the space. You know, Polygon worked recently with MasterCard, worked with Revolut. You know, these are consumer-facing brands that are more going to like rely on crypto rails in a way that doesn't feel like some arm's length moonshot bet, right? Just feels like here's how we're going to deliver our services to you better. right? Here's how you're going to start your business, and it's going to work all over the world on day one, right? And I think that that shift will just go exponential over the next year. Regulatory environment's better than it's ever been. A lot of crypto companies that sort of offshored out of the US to sort of escape what they thought the regulatory environment was going to be years ago, like are all coming back now. We're seeing a big inflow back from London to the US that's really exciting. New York specifically is getting a lot of crypto excitement. And we're trying to build a Polygon office here, like larger and larger. So I think we're going to see way more of that. And you're going to have a lot more conversations about like the application of what the blockchain is being used for. And I don't think the technology will disappear, but we're sort of at the point where we've reached the beginnings of table stakes, right? For like moving. TPS is getting up to the number we wanted to get to. Sort of like the moment when the electric car came in and we all stopped talking about 0 to 60. Because, okay, fine, like 2 seconds is probably fast enough for a consumer car. Like we're getting there. We're not there yet. We're still a little ways, but we're getting there in crypto. So really exciting time.
Okay, so table stake, you spoke about sort of it's arrived. We're here. It's the technology is to a point where it's really usable. As chief product officer, like what is the shape that you think it will take?
Yeah. So maybe I could like go backwards a little bit, right? I was previously at Stripe running crypto there. And the pitch at the time was sort of, okay, the only way we're going to get all of these traditional folks to sort of move towards crypto was to go ahead and like build crypto into the payment processing system that they're already sort of attached to. You're sort of working your way down the stack from like the application towards the metal.
Abstracted.
Right. But now like working downwards, right? Because we want to, a company like Stripe, you want to expand, the amount of the stack that you own. At Polygon, right, we're already at the metal. That's sort of the exciting part. And when you think about like money movement globally, it's already happening, right? Like Polygon was early in the TAM. Polygon was early in APAC. And because of that, like the money's already started to move. And it's almost the opposite challenge, right? It's like, how do we move up the stack? Right? How do we go and get closer and closer to the brand, being the brand that you rely on from the moment of the decision to move the money all the way through to the metal that moves it itself? And so there's a lot of big plans in place kind of coming up over the next year that will make it easier for everyone from a consumer to be able to think about Polygon when they're moving money and be able to execute on that sort of brand recognition, all the way to institutions like banks, or like money movers or remittance companies who can all rely on Polygon end to end as an application partner, as well as a kind of core technology partner at the metal. And so we've always been this to a certain extent. Polygon's always been really deeply a kind of shepherd to the community. If you're running a bank and you're thinking about crypto, you've probably talked to our BD team. Sort of expanding that off where we can be sort of the first party to help you also move that money directly. So there's a lot of plans kind of coming into place there. I think Mark had spoken a little bit about some big moves we're planning to make in the acquisition space recently. I think there's going to be a lot there that gets to come out soon. So that's the high level. Maybe as you get like deeper down, it's also all about like, well, what does that open up for the world, right? What does it mean to run your business on Polygon, right? That means your business can start global from day one. That means your business can gather yield no matter where your money's being stored and in what currency. That means that your business can run 24/7, right? As it's translating into and out of local currencies as necessary, right? You should be able to think about the brand that way, not just in terms of like, okay, this is the metal on top of which I might be able to build those applications. So it's a little bit of a duality, right, of sense for the brand, but it's a really exciting moment for an opportunity to kind of expand out into ownership of the stack.
I've heard you talk about some of this before, and I think some of the solutions that you spoke to get at it, but I think there's a foundational misunderstanding for a lot of people in this industry, but I think generally the general population of people who work in tech who don't have an understanding of how difficult it actually is to move money. And I wonder if you could just talk a little bit about that. Like what is actually happening at Stripe or at a bank or behind the scenes, these things that feel, I get pushback a lot from people saying like, well, money's already digital. Like what's the point of crypto?
Right.
And so if you could just speak to that a little bit, I think.
Yeah, so much of our perception of moving money today is really this like virtualization layer that's been created, which is actually backed by various types of credit and deals and signatures on pieces of paper and middlemen and risk assessments. So when you go and like tap a credit card, that's in the name, it's credit, but the money's not moving, right? It's not actually getting out of your account. Even when you go tap a debit card, it's really not, right? We're running on banks. These things are running 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cutoff times, sometimes worse than that. And so and the reality is you have sort of this virtualized layer that works really well for specific applications, like tapping a credit card, right? And then a settlement layer underneath it, which is where the money's actually moving. And that layer is still trapped in the 50s. Right? That layer is moving very slowly. It's moving over systems like the wire system, which is kind of like an email system for money. You're like opening up your list of wires, you're clicking through them, you're bringing them inwards. And that really only works like in the geos that you're most local to. So in the US, we have access to the US market for this, which is great. But if you wanted to go and take like an immediate payment from like a higher risk geo, someone you don't know, you can't risk assess, somewhere in APAC, right? It's actually pretty tough to do because of that virtualization layer. You can't make a risk assessment on them. You can't make a credit decision about them. So you really don't trust that transaction until it gets to the settlement layer. And that's why so many businesses and people too are like so geographically constrained without some kind of middleman between them and the business. Right? You can look at like the AliExpresses of the world as kind of these like, okay, now I have a trusted middleman who deals with all of this complexity on the other end for me. Like what's really cool about bringing the settlement layer up, right? Like making that a high speed, easy to access programmable layer is you don't need all of those middlemen anymore. You really just need the settlement layer. So I can say, send me $10. And thanks to stable coins and thanks to on and off ramps globally, and thanks to better application layers helping you connect into the blockchain, you can then make that transaction happen. Know that it's not reversible. Trust that the money's actually been moved, even though it's 11:58 p.m. on a Saturday, right? And then deliver your what's increasingly becoming a digital good or service back without any of the overhead. Yeah. And I think that that's like the thing that's changing at a wide level, right, at a global scale. And it's working its way down into the local scale. Yeah. You can actually think about email this way. Right? When email first came out, it was super clear why it was valuable for trying to send an email to India. Right? Clearly that was better, right, than sending a letter. But it didn't actually make that much sense to send an email to your neighbor, right? Why wouldn't you just walk next door and like carry a letter over? Because your neighbor's got to dial up, right, and chew up their phone line and wait for AOL to open and get the "You've Got Mail," right, and hope their kid doesn't pick up the phone and wreck it before they open it. But over time, all of these other things started to happen at the technology layer, right? We got Wi-Fi and high-speed internet, and we got our phones, and we got push notifications, and all of this cool stuff happened around this very core thing that was shifting, which was how we move messages. Same thing is happening, I think, today for the first time really globally for crypto.
That's a really great way to bring it to life. I think one thing that comes up for me when I hear you talk about sort of moving that settlement layer up to the virtualization layer, is that what you called it? Is that as a marketer, one hurdle that I can see is that you're moving into a domain where there's brands that have been building equity for decades, if not centuries, that you're starting to compete with the Visas or whatever point of sale that consumers are used to seeing and to trusting. And I guess question for you is kind of a hot seat question, like how's Polygon able to play in that space? Or is it not going to be Polygon and it's going to be a partner like Revolut or someone else? Like what's your sort of perspective on that?
I mean, the easy answer to that is that's a partner initially, right?
Okay.
Like Visa becomes better thanks to Polygon, right? Visa does rapid settlement thanks to Polygon. This like gap between a merchant making a sale and a settlement happening decreases because Visa is a lot of different things, right? Visa is a UX layer, which is like I go have a credit card that looks cool and I tap it. And then it's all that underlying capability. And a lot of that is pain for them, right? That they are abstracting for the user. So it's not actually like a guarantee, right? That Visa has to disappear, right? Visa's front end consumer merchant relationship is pretty valuable regardless of what settlement layers in the middle.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the maybe easy get out of it answer, right? Maybe the like less get out of it answer is as we get like mobile application revolutions for how we move money around, right? The value of that card might start to change. And instead I get to pick, right? PayPal was like into this ages ago, thinking about it. And a lot of the rest of the world is already there. If you're in Argentina, everything you do, right, goes over a Mercado Libre, right? And everyone has the app and everyone's scanning QR codes. And we're behind in the US, just like we were behind with Tap to Pay. And we were behind with like, scanning cards. And so that shift brings a lot of disruption opportunity when you also don't have the technology challenge underneath. So you could look at it through both lenses, but I try not to underestimate just like the consumer brand value of like a credit card today, because for consumers, you're also getting, rewards, you're getting a good user experience, you're getting financial planning. There's a lot to be built.
Yeah.
And the opportunity is there in crypto for that now to be rebuilt,
Yeah.
by new people, or for the incumbent to go and move quickly and adapt. So we get a little bit of a lucky position at Polygon. We get to sort of play both games. We want developers to create the new, and then we want to be able to help players like Visa take advantage of this new technology quickly.
Yeah. I also think there's no other industry where consumer trust is more important. And so that brand is so valuable. I want to talk a little bit about, you came from Stripe, you could have gone anywhere. Why did you end up at Polygon?
Because I saw Polygon everywhere. Like I kept running into it. It was sort of like the quiet layer on blockchain that was actually doing the valuable thing, right? It was the first chain that was integrated at Stripe for stablecoin transactions. We'd go to LATAM, and that's what everyone was already moving money around on. That's what like applications were already being built on. Polymarket it's unavoidable. It's the reason it comes up so many times. I'll probably say it 7 or 8 more times in this conversation. But it's just, I care a lot about brands, right? I think like it's tough to build a brand. It's tough to take even a good product and fix a broken brand attached to it. And I think it's the right moment as well for a chain to start to own the wider stack. I don't think that's been true for a really long time, or maybe ever.
Yeah.
Right. For it to like start working its way up. And when I do that sort of evaluation, Polygon's unique in that the foundation and the labs organization are incredibly close. So Sandeep is sort of the spiritual leader, even though Mark is kind of our CEO in the labs organization. That is not true of most chains. Most chains you go in the labs organizations, they're really far away from each other.
Yeah.
Technology decisions are being made over here and labs is over here kind of taking guesses.
Yeah.
And I think you have to push those two things together really closely. And if you don't do that, you really can't move fast enough for when the opportunity arises. So I think like all of those, the team's amazing. I think Sandeep's story is indicative of like the kinds of people who ought to be running crypto organizations, right? Comes from a place, where if he'd had access to these types of tools on day one, he could have built the types of businesses that he had to go and build the tooling to be able to build. And I think that that's organic and very real. I also just think, crypto's at an interesting moment. It's like a good time to come into the chains. Like I joined Stripe when the public value that they'd sort of announced had been slashed. I joined Facebook just before the IPO crash, right? It went IPO at $38, immediately almost crashed to like 16. Crypto's on its back foot in a couple of ways for chains right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's doing that kind of Amazon thing where like the price is dropping, but all of the internal metrics are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a better time to get in.
Yeah. From your list.
Okay, so big vision, and I love to hear you talk about sort of this idea of owning that whole stack, and it's huge as an idea. What do you think are the hurdles that can come in the way of that vision being expressed?
I think the order that you go and execute against something like that's pretty tough to decide. You can sort of look at the world and start just throwing things against the wall and like almost look more like a labs organization than you want to. The journey of here's a blockchain, now here's the next layer. Let's make it easier to get in and out of fiat for everyone in the world. So when you're using Polygon, you're guaranteed to be able to off and off ramp like easily, right? Obvious step, right? Like that ordering I think is really important. I think the UX that gets built on top of it is really important. I don't think we have kind of a standard solution to the like payments experience, even peer-to-peer today on chain. The idea of a receipt is pretty complicated still. The idea of like what your address is pretty confusing. And I think all of the attempts to do that thus far have been pretty, early stage. It's like even like .eth, web addresses. You're sending money to like a domain. It's a little bit strange. There's a lot there, I think, that needs to be dealt with. And if you don't do it just right, consumers will sort of just move on, right? Consumers are practical and for good reason. I mean, we don't have time to go figure out everything the market's doing. So the actual go-to-market here is a huge chunk of the work. I don't know if you go like sit there refreshing the Polygon page, but like even just the way we iterate talking about ourselves, right? Polygon's been around for a long time. We're incredibly reliable, right? It's a little bit weird for us to think of ourselves as like, the stalwart, trustworthy thing in an industry of disruptors.
Yeah.
But like, that's a lot of what Polygon is today. It's trustworthy, right? I think our website says like it's not our first billion right now, right? We've been moving this money for ages and we don't lose it. And I think that that's really important. So when I think about challenges for the team, a lot of it's execution, go to market, order of operations, partners, making sure we're going to market with the right people, right? It was the Zelda beginning, it's dangerous to go alone, right? So you can take a sword or you can take another person. Like we'd like to take other people with us. So I think that's like the biggest stuff. And it sounds like just core foundational stuff of a company, but it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of where we are. Like we are a startup against a lot of this work with a really strong history.
Yeah.
So those are the things that I spend most of my time thinking about. Also just industry shifts that we're also catching. Agentic is getting really exciting. Volumes are still super low, but we're starting to see agentic take over. And I'm really bullish on like agentic commerce. I expect agentic transactions to overtake human transactions in the next like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Probably faster than we expect. Figuring out how to make the right bets in those spaces while not getting distracted from the core value props that we're trying to deliver for payments. Those challenges are the big ones in front of us right now.
Yeah. I had a question here around where you think we're going in 2026. It seems like agentic would be on the list. Anything else?
I think we're going to see just like global payments work better first.
Yeah.
And agentic is going to follow.
Okay.
Like my biggest hope, and maybe I'm front running my kind of shill moment, but my biggest hope is like everyone goes home over winter break and builds something interesting. And they're all going to probably do it in AI, right? Those are just the tools that are, if I was a 20-year-old going home from college, I would spend my entire time playing around with AI models, right? For coding or anything else. I hope people go home and play around with like commerce, right? What does it mean to be able to spend, tenths, hundredths of a penny and create marketplaces out of that? What can you do?
Yeah.
And you do some kind of cool stuff, right? You can create brokers, you can replace the idea of Google, right? With the idea of like pushing $1 into a system where it's searching for the best option and then getting back results from various language models. There's so much you can do. I'm really expecting 2026 to bring both things, the beginning of kind of the exponential growth curve for agentic commerce and really sort of the like solidification of like the global commerce side of like crypto and actually moving money in a regulated fashion globally.
Exciting stuff. Okay, shill minute.
Shill minute, yes. Okay, so 60 seconds on the clock. The concept is shill anything you want for 60 seconds.
I sort of already did it. I'm sorry. I just like front ran it. Like I hate to just show like an idea, but I was talking to a friend in VC the other day, and he was really lamenting that like the average age of the blockchain builder was like increasing. He was like, we need more young people in here building and experimenting and creating. It's never been easier to get into this space. So if I was going to shill something, it would be like go home, like build something with AI and like do something with global money movement. Forget about borders, forget about trying to like, pay your local store. Like think about what you would do with global access to dollars. Build a system on top of that enables other people to do something with it, right? You're building the marketplaces. I hope everyone goes and plays with that stuff. It's never been easier to do than it is today.
Nice.
I love that. I am too. We missed out on timing you there, but I do think that like, and this is a side note, but one thing I've had a lot of conversations with our mutual friend Maddie about this idea of agentic payments and sort of like you're saying the technology is here, it's ready. And the builders haven't there's not a lot of use cases that have been built around it yet that have felt really compelling. And I think to what you're speaking to, like, I'd love to see like an idea, like Google Doc, an idea doc or dump of stuff that's like, here's what you're speaking to, but like list it out, because I do think that like part of like personally when I'm like thinking about what I'm vibe coding, it's like I get stuck at that phase where it's like, okay, I know there's a huge opportunity here, and I think a lot of people feel this way. There's a huge opportunity. Agentic payments are here. The technology's ready. Like, and what's the thing? Like, I think I
could throw an idea out.
Let's do it.
To like seed it.
Let's
right.
do it.
So here's an idea. One of the biggest challenges of building a business is figuring out how you're going to monetize the thing. Right? You go and you have to come up with like subscription plans and like freemium and like later and like tiers and call us if you want enterprise. All of that can go away in a world where you can just make a crypto payment, like you could use like X402, right? For an immediate payment without even creating a user account. You get rid of a user account, you can create your service. It could just be as simple as like a data service for going and getting pricing information on chain. And instead of having to create like a subscription concept and an account concept and a user management dashboard, now you can just create an API. You can put X402 in front of that API, right? Such that when you try to call it, that's where you pay and you're done. Now it's monetized and you can start making money the next day.
Okay.
I think like that
There's an
alone
idea.
There it is.
should cut the time that it takes to create like a SaaS service for someone in half.
Nice. I feel like that's a great note to end on.
Yeah, totally.
Someone go build it. Hit us up when you have it. Thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to do it on camera, hear about it on camera. So thanks so much.
Great. Thank you.
Great. Live? Okay, great. Andrew McCormick, head of eToro US.
Yeah, that's me. Happy to be here.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yeah, doing well. Just came back from the Caribbean yesterday.
Nice.
So
That's the tan. I see the tan.
I'm so excited.
I love
got
it.
a little tan. It was my wife and I's yesterday, our 20th wedding
Oh,
anniversary.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
it's crazy. I feel like I should
Yeah.
be like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Almost 43. So yeah, went down there for a few days. Kids' grandparents watched the 4 kiddos for a couple.
wow.
Nice.
And then came back to Jersey, New York, and there's snow on the ground. So.
Yeah.
I love that for
totally.
you. I'm happy for you.
Okay, I want to start with an easy softball. What is eToro?
Yeah, so eToro, we're a retail trading platform focused on normal, everyday Main Street investors. We're in 75 countries. We're not quite an OG, but we've been around a long time, almost 20 years. Do crypto, stocks, ETFs. What makes this really unique is our idea of social investing, community. Because whether you're eating, going to movies, sports, life's more fun together. So why not investing? So within our trading app, there's also a social media app where people can share ideas, the good, the bad, the ugly, discuss markets, and not just in your own little bubble, but from all around the world.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like eToro has a lot of brand equity. I've seen it. It's a very recognizable brand. Were you guys big in the UK? Was there a big UK like or global? Like curious where the biggest like hub or maybe it's in the US, but just curious from a brand perspective where you guys have the most penetration.
Yeah, so we're relatively new in the US compared to UK and Europe. So biggest market is the UK.
Okay.
Europe, non-UK is right behind it. UAE, other Middle East places are growing.
Yeah.
It's also big in Australia. In the US, we're about 5 years here versus 20 years overseas. And so we're growing and excited. But yeah, huge global company, really complicated, being 75 countries and a million regulators and rules and expectations, but truly have helped people for a long time. So really thankful for that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so you guys are up to a few things. You launched staking in the US in September. How has adoption been? What are you guys sort of seeing from the retail side?
Really excited. The last couple of years in the US have been tough in the crypto space with lawsuits, regulations, or the lack of regulations and regulators suing everybody. So our US crypto offering, we kind of took a time out the last couple of years, especially when we're in 74 other countries where that's not the case. So let's invest in those areas. But things have changed some in that space, of course. And we had our IPO in May on NASDAQ, and that was like the big
Congratulations.
big to-do list. Thank you. probably the hardest work experience of my life, the constant like pressure, noise. And we're trying to do this during all the tariff tweet drama.
Oh,
so we're like, hey,
tough
let's
time.
plan, you know, like even if you're just having like a party and you're like, let's have a party, and we have to schedule based on how liberated everybody was feeling from tariffs at the time. So getting that across the finish line was great. But after that, I was like, it's all in on crypto again in the US.
Cool.
So the summer we added 100 crypto assets.
Wow.
Like you said, we added staking in September with 3 assets and looking to keep growing that.
Okay.
Doing more and more wallet features seems like every month, just because that's such an important bridge, I think, from TradFi to DeFi. And, you know, candidly, like I hate those terms now. And I look forward to it's just finance. Not these like kind of cliche words, but wallets are such a great bridge. So really leaning heavily in that space. So a lot going on. Probably need to sleep more here and there. But yeah, it's an exciting time for sure.
Cool.
You don't have to tell me exactly, but I'm curious what the sort of split is with people who are on eToro US for crypto versus stocks. Like just roughly ballpark, it'd be interesting to know like what the appetite is on your platform for crypto.
Yeah, the large majority is crypto.
Okay.
Which is exciting. That's part of the reason I came to eToro. I was on Wall Street and I liked it and it was like, fun, but I wanted to do something more in that space. And so I'm excited to see our user base has that kind of same mindset.
Yeah.
I think it's great for everybody to be diversified and do lots of stuff, but we're still, our heartbeat in the US is truly like the crypto.
And why did you want to do stuff in crypto?
Yeah, it's weird. My dad got me into the space.
Oh, really?
Which
cool.
is like strange because he's not the stereotypical like trendy cutting edge. You know, this is like 2014. He's like, Andrew, have you heard of this website, YouTube? I'm like, yes, like 9 years ago. But he retired and found 2 things, and he was an early adopter, Bitcoin and pickleball.
Okay.
So like
Whoa,
2013, 2014.
Trendsetter.
Yeah. And so it's like caught me off guard, but he started talking about Bitcoin and pickleball all the time and blew it off for a couple of years. Like, this is crazy, you know, like
lost a lot of money in blowing it off, by the
way. Don't remind me, you know. I'd probably be sitting on that beach in a beach house if I had listened. But you know, like I'm a big believer in not just Bitcoin as like an investment, but as building a better financial system that's more fair and accessible to everybody. So that caught my eye. And when you're sitting in a Wall Street firm, that's not always the passion of the firm to let's break down barriers and make things better for Main Street. That's wanted to build and jump into that space.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wanted to have you on to talk specifically about the retail environment, the retail market, retail investors going into 2026. It's been a kind of weird, choppy, sideways market, down market, honestly, for the past couple weeks. I guess it was weeks, really. We don't talk a lot about price on the show, but I'm curious, like, just vibe check overall going into next year. How are you personally feeling, like setting aside eToro?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I have the same reaction. Like everything feels down and negative, and you've seen all the negative headlines. But even like earlier today, I looked at the monthly chart, the 6-month chart, and everything's positive. Like, despite this past month feeling negative and scary, it's like up 3. They're like S&P 500 just as a proxy is like up 2 or 3% in the last month. But going into 26, like I think there's this like cautious optimism. Right. Maybe we can coin a term, cautionistic or something. Like we can work on that, where people are excited. They still believe in American innovation and technology and those kind of efficiencies, but seen a lot of drama, not just this year, but prior years. And so there's always that like, hey, what could be tweeted next that could send this market way up or way down? But we actually, you know, we live and breathe data. You know, I'm more of emotion and feelings, but we have a lot of great people on our team, like all data, and it's it's a priceless skill set. And so every quarter we do surveys of actual retail investors, like thousands of them in the US and all around the world. And I think something like 63% said in 26 they expect stock market as a proxy to like keep going up, keep improving. So it's like, you know, not just like barely majority, but a healthy amount feel positive, but it's not 90%, not 80%. So yeah, cautious optimism is kind of like how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I'm curious if you would say the same thing about this, but if rates do come down, but it still sort of feels like the political and economic environment are sort of uncertain, What do you expect will happen with retail?
Yeah. So I try to be optimistic in my own life, but when you said like, but, or if there's political uncertainty, it's here to stay. Like, I think no matter what, for a few years at least, we're going to have this like political drama and everything's loud and chaotic and fearful at times. So I think that's here to stay, but I think people have almost baked it in and accepted it, right? So like in April, where all the tariff tweets were like up and down, like every time something like that came out, the market would go way up or way down, but that isn't really happening more when different announcements. So I think people are assuming like there's going to be
a bit of like resilience around it.
No matter what, there's going to be political drama and uncertainty, but there's a lot of like optimism in the tech space and the efficiencies, and that's good and bad, right? And what that can bring. And I think we're very early stages and people are overall like excited about it. And it's one of those possibly like once in a lifetime opportunities where we're like on the precipice or just starting on some massive technological change. Some's good, some's bad, some scary, but the impact that can have on like business in America is huge.
What do you think is the biggest like unspoken about threat to retail going into 2026? Obviously, political uncertainty is top of mind, but is there anything else that comes to mind that you think could be sort of on the horizon?
Yeah, when our survey we did, it's political uncertainty is number one.
Okay.
You hear people talk all the time about AI overvaluation, right? That sparked a lot of market moves recently. I think stuff that people aren't maybe talking about are like the broad kind of AI stuff. Like, right. So like the videos and the content that AI can put out is just incredible now. And it's so early. Like I have like a Sora account and I let my kids get on there and they make these crazy videos that look just like me, sound just like me. So you think of, you could do that with some huge CEO of a massive publicly traded company, have them saying something crazy. Does that tank the stock instantly? So I think that kind of like AI world is like a risk that maybe people aren't talking about. And also some of these companies have increased in value so much the last couple of years. So yesterday, at some point, I was looking up at the S&P 500 top 10 companies. What would you guess the percentage they make up of the entire like market cap?
Oh my God.
S&P 500.
Top 10?
So it's 10 and there's 490.
I think like 80.
Yeah,
I would say over 75.
Yeah, it's just 40%.
Okay.
So not as
we've got some room.
Yes. So we're maybe headed there. But what's crazy is 5 years ago was 30, 10 years ago was 20.
We're heading up.
So like, maybe it's like society in general. The haves and have-nots are getting further and further apart. So even in S&P 500, that's such a big concentration. So like a problem in one of these massive tech companies can have huge downstream effects. And you have tons of people, whether it's retirements, pension plans, they have no interest in like high flying tech, but they just S&P 500 ETF. But because of that, you are 40% of your funds are in like a, more risk, like tech companies. So that kind of over concentration of tech companies in S&P 500 and those kind of indices, I think is a risk like no one's talking about. And so far it's been great for holders in those assets, but you never know.
Yeah, totally. What behaviors do you, there's a fly that's really making some very loud. What behaviors do you see that are like signals for retail that they're more risk on in a particular moment?
Yeah, I think it's the stereotype of crypto and tech companies. It's interesting, despite this year of what feels like it's a very loud year and uncertainty, like I don't know if retail ever went risk off. Right? And what we saw on our own platform, like when the peak like tariff drama days in April were our like biggest buying days. It was actually April 8th was the low of the market this year. Also like our biggest buying day. So I think
interesting.
Retail investors are seeing this as like buying opportunities. Just like, look, it's Christmas season, Black Friday, all this kind of stuff. If you're going down the store and there's a purse, a suit, whatever you've been like eyeing, and now it's 20% off suddenly, you'd be excited. And I think retail maybe has that same mindset of like, I think this company is great. Now it's on sale and I want to hold it for a long time. So let me snap it up. But
that's interesting.
I'm happy to hear that.
Me too.
That's not how I relate to those days. But I'm happy that other people do.
It hurts in the short term, but I think if you have that like long-term mindset, like I believe in this company, I like it. I think it's doing good in society. It can help make me money that maybe have that long-term vision. It hurts.
Yeah.
It helps to do that.
It helps. Yeah, totally. Okay, should we do a shill minute?
Yeah, let's do shill minute. Okay.
Ooh.
So 60 seconds. Shill anything you want. Can be anything. Can be your Caribbean vacation if you want. Does not have to be eToro US, although it could be if you want it to be. And I'm going to start the clock.
Let's go. I'm going to try to do 3 things in 1 minute.
Oh, let's
and
go.
None's about finance.
Okay,
Stuff
great.
that's maybe even more important. First, people should go on walks like every day.
Wow.
I swear.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
The crowd
I-
loves it.
I swear 95% of the world's political, social drama and unrest, you saw that people just go walk outside, take stuff away from their phones.
Great.
Second, stretch. Tell 4
Okay.
kids. My 4 kids are so limber and flexible, and I look at them almost with like lust. Like, wow, I wish I could do
Like,
that.
I want that.
But as you get older, you get, less flexible and stuff hurts. Your back hurts. So stretch every day.
Hard.
Third, journal. Life
Oh my
is
God.
short.
Okay.
It's
Got some-
priceless. A lot happens. There's a lot of noise, and it's so easy for the days to blend together. The memories blend together. You forget a lot. But there's
Nice.
a lot of like joys, the good, the bad. Write it down. Reflect. Remember.
Great. I love that.
Okay.
Excellent stuff.
Perfectly
All
done.
right,
Yeah.
cool.
3
Great
seconds
stuff.
left.
Love it.
I love that so much. Can I just one thing on the journaling note? Because I saw a tweet today that was similar to that. That was like about parenting specifically. That was saying you miss, like, as a parent, if you're not journaling, you forget, like, as your kids get older, you forget a lot of what it was like in the day-to-day grind of like
Absolutely.
of your kids and their lives. And that I have had that experience with though my kids are younger, like I've already had that experience where I'm like, man, I missed, like, I don't like even remember that time. And I remember I have a body memory of it being insane, but I can't remember like the actual memory of what happened. But I always when I think about starting a journal, I'm like, well, I've missed so much. I can't start
It's too
now.
late.
Yeah.
It's too late. I'm
No.
too far gone.
Yeah.
But like even just personally, like we could all journal starting,
For
but I don't know
Today.
why I get
Start
so
today.
stuck
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
like
And
what
look,
I've missed.
Same thing with investing. Start today. Right. But
okay, okay.
journaling, like I had similar when I had twins at the start, and
Okay.
I've always loved journaling. So I first started doing like handwritten
See, you started
notes,
from the top though. That's
but then
what,
I faded. So I was
Okay,
trying to do like
okay.
handwritten letters,
Whoa,
and it's just
that's
not
intense.
realistic.
Yeah.
Then I started emails, and then that was not realistic. I
Yes.
had 2 more kids. So like there's this great app, Day One Journal. You just put notes in so
Day
quickly,
one. I've
photos,
missed day
videos.
one. That's
No, day one's today.
Yeah, today's the day.
Today's day one.
2026 New Year's resolution.
There you
it's
go.
coming.
A journal.
But
journaling.
what's great is like it feeds you like every day. It's like the last 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. And there's so many little nuggets
Yeah.
I would have forgotten. And the hardest thing I've had about being a parent is not the late nights, not the stereotypical like diapers, but it's like this emotional of like, I love seeing my kids grow up. And I hate seeing my kids grow up because once they do, those little moments are gone. But the journaling helps them live.
I love
forever,
that.
so.
I really love that. Andrew,
love
thank
it.
you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you
nice
so
to have
much.
you
It was a
on.
joy. I
Thanks,
really appreciate
Andrew.
it. So,
Thanks. This just in, our joke race is live.
Our
so
joke race is live.
shout out to David Phelps. It's for best podcast of the year.
Podcast of the year.
And we're up against Bankless, the Roll Up, the Chopping Block. And I think honestly we should win.
Yeah, hearing those names, I think
we should definitely win. So let's drop the link in.
All those people are our friends and they're great. But
we love them all. We love everyone, but we should definitely
want to win. We like to win. So we're gonna drop a link in the chat and go vote for us. We have one more guest, but Dina and I are going to spend some time just chatting. Quasimatt's going to come on soon. He did come in and eat a burrito in the studio and it did smell. So he's here in spirit already, which I love a burrito. So honestly, I'm jealous. Okay. Dina, you had some things on here that you...
Okay, I have gotten a real kick out of the story that went live this morning. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here.
Okay.
I had to get the unpaywalled version because I don't have a Wall Street Journal subscription.
Oh.
However.
Oh my gosh, I saw this. This is so funny. Deeply funny.
The headline is, one throuple had 3 separate design tastes. How did they manage a renovation? And
it's crazy that the Wall Street Journal.
I am obsessed.
Wait, you have to show the image. The image is what got me.
I'm in the unpaywalled one, so hold on. Okay, let me.
The image is what got me. What's insane to me is like I think about who I know that has a Wall Street Journal subscription. They are the most conservative people I have in my life.
But also look at these guys. They look pretty.
They look quite conservative as well. If you had said, if you had given me a lineup, well, it's not on the screen yet.
Oh, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. If you had given me a lineup of, let's say, 8 men and said, choose 3 to be in a throuple, these would have been the last picks for me, no matter who the other people were. Crazy. Also, they seem to have pretty similar design taste based on all of them having a 3.
Well, I will say this is where they differ because I was reading that too. I wanted to understand. Actually,
we got a khaki for the listener, not watcher. You need to just look at it.
They say explicitly what it says. Like one is really into plants, one is more conservative, and one likes minimalism. No, conservative, traditional. So a traditional taste,
minimalist
and
plants.
Minimalist.
He's got one note. Plants, and they're like, nah. No plants. I don't have any plants. Do you have plants?
We have some plants. Yeah,
I have no plants. I couldn't. All the travel I do, those things are dead.
Totally.
Immediamente.
Totally. I'm not taking care of them. We do have plants. But anyway, all that to say, I do think that this is a big day for the Wall Street Journal. They have burst their throuple cherry. They had to define throuple in the Wall Street Journal.
They had to. Of course they did.
It says
of course they did.
It says
What's the biblical throuple?
Okay, hold on. Also, it was a COVID throuple, so they were the 2 were together before that. They had met the 3rd.
They brought their 3rd in.
The COVID hit. They had to formalize things, and because
they
of lockdowns,
there was no other
lockdowns. We had to remember that time? It was a crazy time when we were all who are our real friends because
of course it was like to throuple or not to throuple. Like
exactly. And so they became a COVID throuple, and then they bought this home together, 4,000 square foot duplex with a 2,000 square foot roof deck in Chicago.
Okay,
4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. 1.71 million in June 2020.
Okay.
So they got
what's it called?
Household.
Tinks. Okay.
They don't. Well, it doesn't appear that they have kids. 1.7
Can you imagine
million.
that would be an additional 2 or 1 aesthetic?
Totally.
To add.
Also, June 2020, they got a really good mortgage rate too.
Yeah, so they got a 3% probably.
They got a 3%. All 3 of them became owners of the condo, but they drew up a private agreement for how to handle how it would work in practice. So like they have some sort of agreement in place, which I think is great. And I'm
supportive. You're supportive of that.
So supportive of that. And then the article goes on to talk about how it's like a trend. Like real estate agents are noticing more thruples and polycules buying homes together, and that there's like a little burgeoning
trend
market for that.
Can you imagine being the real estate agent who's like, well, my specialty is thruples. That's what
Honestly.
Okay, I think we should move to the next story. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, just
I think
quickly.
we've kind of rinsed.
The throuple, this is how Wall Street Journal defines it. The throuple, which is a committed romantic or sexual relationship between three people.
Okay,
so they established that. That's now in the Wall Street Journal forever, and happy for everyone.
Totally. Crazy stuff. Okay, my man Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy, huge Netflix deal for video rights to three of his podcasts.
Okay, this is what I feel with this man. People are always like, "You're such a big fan. You're such a big fan."
You are. I do think of you as a fan, and I think.
Oh my god! Everybody in the room give it. And Kate's on my side about this. That doesn't surprise me either, which I love. This is what I think about this man. This man is a deal maker. He knows how to make a dollar.
Totally.
And I respect that so deeply. And he reminds me of a man who will remain nameless on this pod, but that we both know. And that I actually briefed Kate on in Abu Dhabi. She learned about this person for the first time. And that man's ability to make deals and make money, and I think he was deeply unethical. So he's not an idol to me, but it's really impressive.
It's the art of the deal. You respect the art of the deal.
I respect the art of the deal. And you know what? As a media mogul myself, Dave and I would love to walk in his footsteps. Let's just say that.
Totally.
You know,
totally.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
What is that?
It's his pizza bit.
The pizza bit.
And then he eats like the whole pizza. He's like, one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Oh. He rates the pizza. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. You've never seen these videos? I've sent you these videos.
I've only seen the one that went really viral. Yeah, that we talked about.
Incredible. There's like 6 people. You can't make that stuff up.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about this is that is anyone watching the morning show?
Was there a disclosed amount?
Oh,
the biggest deals never have a disclosed amount, just so everybody knows.
No disclosed amount.
Okay.
Is anyone watching the morning show with Jennifer Aniston on Apple TV?
No. And it upsets me every time somebody asks me that. I'm just like, we're still doing that?
Oh, okay.
Season 4, season 5? It's Reese Witherspoon and
Jennifer Aniston.
I love Jen Aniston.
There is a plot line that no one's a watcher, so
okay.
Okay.
Someone listening,
yes, great. We have a comment. She's watching. So this is the bro plot line on the morning show. Anyway, funny to see art imitates life,
as it always does.
Okay, this next one here is just a tiny little bit, but I thought was really crazy, which is a poly market on will DraftKings launch a prediction market in 2025. The snake eats the head of the tail. People are so degenerate about betting that they're betting, will a betting platform launch a betting app? Launch another betting app in this year.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is in me that.
Oh yeah, buy. Let's go.
I think like what this brings up for me and what I feel when I see this type of thing. Like, I don't know why I just like degenerate behavior. Like I just see that and I like it. And what is broken in me that is what I feel. You feel
it's entertaining. Totally. It's entertaining. Obviously gambling addiction is a entirely horrible thing.
We should put the hotline up
all the
more
time.
than we do, which is never.
But I guess also part of it is, I think there's just a lot of humor in it.
A lot of humor.
And I appreciate that. And then the second thing is that I saw this live market this morning also that is tracking the price of Bitcoin that I've never seen before on Polymarket. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are my bits.
I love your bits. Those were great. Do you want to take your screen down and maybe we do one more end of year, like, I don't even know the word. I don't know why my brain just went completely wrapped. There it is. Review. Favorite.
I put it up and I did a whole thing. Oh, I've watched that show too. Great. See, there are some watchers.
I'm sure there's 4 or 5 seasons. Like there's got to be people watching.
Yeah. Shout out to my morning show.
Are you watching the HBO
Pluribus?
No. Oh, I just started that too. Heated Rivals.
What's Heated Rivals?
Oh, it's a gay love loose story. Love, I don't know.
Great.
Lust, probably.
Great.
It's based on a book. It's based on a book series. It's about hockey players who are intimate. It's all over the internet. I can't believe
I've not really been on
seeing it.
The internet.
There's a lot of discourse around it, and I have been wanting to watch it. And then I thought,
oh, is it for adults?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've been wanting to watch it. It's been on my list. And then we had a lot of travel time. And I was like, downloaded it for the plane. And then I got on the plane. And I'm like, I can't watch this on a plane.
Oh, yeah. Is it explicit?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's totally explicit. I was like, that's a crazy move. That's like a crazy move to do that. So anyway, looking forward to that.
That is a crazy move. I don't know how
I can't believe you've missed this. This is like so up your alley.
I'm so excited.
So exciting for you.
Popular 2025 Canadian sports romance series on HBO Max. Wow.
Yeah.
Great. Two rival professional hockey players?
Yeah.
Exciting. Okay, great. I've been looking for a show. I've been really in the I started watching Victoria, which is
we both love a period piece.
Yeah, this one is not that good, but it's on Netflix and it's Queen Victoria. Like they did The Crown with the last queen.
Yeah. Oh, I already watched this. This was a while ago.
You watched Victoria?
I think so. It's about her and the king, and he's like, oh, it's been out for like 4 years.
They've also been dead for 200 years or something like that.
He has mental illness. That's
I don't know. I don't know that he has mental illness.
Okay, I think we're talking about different things. Okay, anyway,
I mean,
favorite subject line.
Oh, I don't have.
You don't have one.
The one Miranda just put out. I like that one.
Oh,
Naming My Twins, Mergers and Acquisitions.
That's your line. That's your line. Naming My Twins, Mergers and Acquisitions.
What's your favorite one?
The one that just like as I was perusing, I was just like, man, this did really make me laugh when I wrote it. Tylenol is making you autistic. No S real? Question mark.
Nice.
That made me laugh.
Classic.
A classic. Okay, should we bring up Quasimatt?
Please.
Okay, come on down. I'm gonna move chairs again.
We're music on. Great. Okay, we have Quasimatt on Boys Club Live.
Friend of the live.
Friend of the live.
Second time.
Internet It Boy.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy you're here. I cornered you at a party and I said, you have to, well, actually I went up to you and I said, hi. And it was dark, to be fair. And you were like, hi. And I was like,
okay. I don't know if I said it like that.
Excuse me. And then you're like, oh my gosh. And then you recognized me.
Oh, is that actually true?
Yes.
Oh.
And then you're like,
Okay,
sorry.
sorry
And I was like, it was a moment, but there was a moment where I was like, is this bitch really gonna pretend like he doesn't know who I am?
No, that's so crazy. I never I would never do that.
Okay.
When people do that, I get really scared of them forever. Like to me, that's like you can't recover from that.
You can't. That's a fumble.
Like you're such a weird freak for doing that.
Totally. And then we had a fun conversation. But and then I was like, you have to come on the pod and give your end of year musings. And
something like that.
To start, you're wearing True Religions.
Yeah.
And I was gonna put that on my in list for 2026. But talk to me about that.
Okay, so basically I found these. I like when the details are a different color. So like these I like because they have like red thread, really big, really popping out.
Yeah.
But I saw these ones that were like black and white, and I just like the contrast. They looked kind of gothic, and I was like, okay, well, I can't commit to a full goth aesthetic. That's not really my thing, but I would like to lean that way a little bit. I would like to be a goth sympathizer, or or at least appropriate the culture, if not totally adopt it.
Totally.
And they had some sort of sale, so I was like, well, let me.
Oh, they're
new
new
on that. No, this was like a year or two ago.
No, but I'm saying like these aren't like a thrift. These are
Oh,
from
no, like I literally
truereligion.com.
went on, yes. Like
Whoa.
I don't know what brought me there, but I went on there and
Kate's giving a they're
Kate,
back.
are you going to be
They're
wearing
back.
True
Now we're
Religions
here.
this coming season? Okay. Is it a low rise for women? Okay.
Can we pull up a True
a
Religion
reference?
on the
I
screen
wanted
for the
True
mood board?
Religions so bad when I was in high school. I was dying for them. And there's 2 reasons it didn't happen. 1, I couldn't afford them. And 2,
religion.
No, it wasn't a religious thing. It wasn't a religious thing, which I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
They're not the true religion.
It said like someone truly unreligious. No, at the time, and we've evolved as a society, which is great, but I didn't have the figure for them. But now I think anybody could wear them, and happily, I'm going to buy a pair.
they're ready. Yeah.
They're ready.
Like, they're waiting to happen.
They're waiting.
And they're amazing. Yeah.
Totally.
Like I love them.
Are you pulling up an image here?
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Link me. I wanna get on this. I think my time might have passed for True Religions, but I'm happy to check it out.
I feel like you could do like Sisterhood of the Traveling True Religions.
love
Like I
that.
feel like that could be a fun little moment.
That would
for
be
Boys
such
Club
a
to
great
have.
bit.
Great.
Let's do it. We'll ship
I'm
them to
in.
each other. Wait, what was the other brand? 7? No. 7 Jeans.
7 to me was a very different than.
Oh, there was a song. A Diesel, also a denim that had a similar
Diesel
vibe.
jeans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
here
don't really
we
know my
go.
jeans lore, but I know True Religions.
Okay.
True Religions and Jean Co's.
Okay, they're all about the contrast stitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Like they're really doing something. They're not being boring. Like jeans are often boring, but they figured it out.
Are
Yeah.
you're sharing? Here it
I am,
is.
yeah.
Oh, spin to win. Here it is.
No.
Okay, these are $146.
$150.
Oh, we had very different. We had very different reactions.
We
to
have
that
different
price
clothing budgets,
point.
I think.
Okay, this is great. This we can
move on.
come back to you now. So, what are some of your musings for either 2025 or 2026?
Yeah. So I just want to like some context is like I'm really obsessed right now with this idea of a cultural mood.
Incessant tweeting about it.
Yeah. So
I
just wanna,
appreciate
like,
a commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Like start there because I think like every once in a while I'll just get really obsessed with like a phrase or like a way of stringing words together. And I think like the word mood to describe something that's like decidedly not a mood, like a culture, I mean, can't like have a mood in any literal sense.
Okay.
There was this meme like 2 years ago or something where someone just completely made up that this pop artist called Brooke Candy, they like misquoted her in an image of her saying, "You already know Joe Biden is a whole ass mood." And like, she never said that. Like she never would say that. It's just like an incredibly weird thing to say. And I got so obsessed with it. And I'm just like, I love the idea of something being a whole mood.
Yeah.
So when this appeared, it was like through this Instagram magazine, which there's this new thing where magazines, like first it was like there's a fake podcast where it's only TikToks and there's no actual podcast.
Yes.
And then now we're doing fake magazines on Instagram.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing
Where,
that.
yeah, where they'll give like an image with a headline and then like the article will just be like the caption of the Instagram, which I love. Like
I honestly
using
think it's
Instagram.
not a million miles away from Voice Club, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's something to think about with all your new money that
There
you
you
just
go.
received from Polygon is doing some sort of Instagram magazine. So the headline that they gave was Claro became a cultural mood. And I can't stop thinking about it.
But it was not a magazine.
Well, it's like a
what is a
magazine. Like,
magazine?
what does it mean to be a magazine?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Similar to being a mood, maybe the same thing.
And so is Claro a cultural mood?
So yeah, I think she is. So like I was thinking, okay, so what is a cultural mood? Like how do I compile this list? And it's like, okay, something has to happen, like an event has to happen. So like Claro releasing music or Claro existing.
Is that
like,
enough?
I guess that counts as an event.
Okay.
And it has to be like, okay, she did something, but it also maps to the way that like everyone feels.
Okay.
So like there's this event that represents like the mood of everyone. And then like the so-called article was basically saying that Claro like tapped into this like bedroom pop aesthetic where she's not like a cultural icon, she's a cultural mood instead because she's like intentionally being
that
relatable.
really checks out to me.
Yeah. And it's like you can like I listen to Claro and I'm like, okay, me AF. Like she's sitting in her
100%.
room and like having feelings and like yearning.
Yes.
In like writing things. And I'm like,
Totally.
okay, like
Me.
exactly. Yeah. Like I don't like look at Taylor Swift and go like, oh my God, like yes, like agreed. Like So true.
Right.
Like she has a place in society, cool, like far away from me. But like
100%.
she like it's just like a different thing. So
It's a
she's not in a
different
mood. Like,
Okay, this is I agree with you wholeheartedly. Clara was definitely in my Spotify Wrapped last year. I haven't done mine for this year, but it's up there. I listened to that.
you
album.
haven't done it? That's really crazy.
I haven't updated it on my phone, so it's not prompted me to do it. So
okay.
I don't know. I should do it. Maybe we should do it live. But anyway, I think that album was great. She's a Nepo baby. There's a lot to be said about her as a person, but I love her music. She is a Nepo baby. Yeah. I can't remember who her parents are, but
her dad is like a C-suite executive at a Fortune 500 company. And then her career is predicated on like early connections to Fader.
There it is.
I didn't know we could be Nepo babies without having a connection to the industry that the person is successful
Fader.
in. Well,
that's loose.
If he's a C-suite executive at Fader?
No, but there was like some sort of connection. I think it's like, okay, if you're a C-suite exec at a Fortune 500 company, you can just like pull a lot of strings kind of regardless of the industry. But like, I don't know. Cause like there's like rumors and like you can contextually like kind of understand that there's probably some Nepo activity involved, but there's not like, no one's pulling up an email and from her dad being like, make Clara famous.
Has she owned the Nepo baby allegations?
This is something I don't understand about her. I've never seen a huge fan. Never seen any videos of her speaking.
And that's why she's a mood instead of an icon. Right.
I totally
Because you
agree.
understand her through her art. Although to answer your question, she dismissed the allegations as misogynistic, which is importantly like not
That's
an
a cultural
actual,
mood.
not engaging with the accusation itself. just
Right.
dismissing it.
Right. It's
Yeah.
adjacent. It's not the same thing, but it's adjacent to the Sydney Sweeney interview to me, where it's like, we're doing something. We're taking this in a different direction completely and ignoring the question.
Did you guys see the Kate Winslet Nepo baby fumble?
No.
I know, a rare
love
fumble.
her.
We love Kate
What
Winslet.
happened?
A big L on the board. She was basically like, she has kids, and there was like photos of her with her kids on the carpet, and then she was like, they're not Nepo babies because they like stand on their own 2 feet, and everyone was like,
Don't say
up.
that. Totally.
And they like want to be actors, and everyone was like, everyone's like, just own it. You gotta own it. You just own
like,
it.
I'm okay with like if you're a Nepo baby and you're like releasing immunity, like if you're Clara and you're literally establishing a cultural mood, I'm like, okay, good use of Nepo resources. Like, go
I just
off.
can't help but feel like you're being sarcastic about.
I don't think
No,
it
I'm
is.
saying like I love Clara's music.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like
there is
I'm not-
something, and maybe it's just your personality, but there is something in it that's not all together.
Well, I need to add something to this.
Okay.
I responded to your tweet with this. Sitting on a plane, the 4th or 5th tweet that you had about Clara being in cultural mood.
It's so early, yeah. You're early. Only 5.
Came up on my feed. And as I was sitting there reading that on a Delta flight, over the speakers, while people are boarding, she's playing.
Wait, which song?
And was it her, or was it
Sexy to Someone?
a
okay.
string cover of it?
No, it was her.
It was her. Okay.
And I was just like, I'm upset. I'm upset because my cultural mood shall not intersect with this group of people coming onto this plane.
Okay. Someone is saying who in the comments. So I'm gonna, that's totally fine. We're
That's
not gonna,
fair. No,
Totally,
that's fair.
it's
That's
totally
fair. That's
fair.
not, it's not their cultural mood.
No, it's not.
Yeah, are you just gonna spell it out for them, like so they can like? I would go listen. Her album Immunity is really good. I would start there.
Great.
Sophia is a banger. So yeah, just give it a listen.
Give it a listen. She's a musical artist who makes.
Oh yeah, I guess we can start.
Here she is.
This
Here
is
she is.
zero context environment. We're not providing the most basic info. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's see
Anyway,
if her Wikipedia page
how do
says-
you feel about her playing on a Delta flight while people are getting into their seats, putting things in their thing?
Well, it's like how I feel about all of the things that I like getting popular, which is like it's always mixed, right? Like I'm glad that people are appreciating something that I like, but also like I think that things are better enjoyed in a more curated context. And like it's like the thing where like retail employees will be like, oh, I like hate Ed Sheeran simply because I have to listen to him constantly. And it's like, well, maybe like Shape of You is actually one of the best songs of all time. And like your environment has just led you to dislike it. And I think like you having the traumatic experience of flying on a plane and like having to associate that with Clara is quite unfortunate.
Totally.
So I'm sorry for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will say Shape of You, my friend's child, who he's 8, can play it on the piano and sings it. And oftentimes when I come over, he's like, can I perform shape of you. For
Oh,
you.
I would live.
And I'm like,
Please
100%.
make a recording next time. Yeah.
I will, but it's quite explicit for an 8-year-old. Like he sings it sometimes, and I'm like,
Oh, I
my
didn't even think about that.
God. But Ed
Okay.
Sheeran, there's something about Ed Sheeran that like is so sexless that I feel
Yeah,
people can
yeah.
like,
He's a
really-
very like neutralizing factor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Any other cultural moods you're excited about at the
Wait,
moment?
I have a list. So
Oh,
let me
great,
pull it up.
great.
Like I love to do my research. I was actually like, oh my God, I'm gonna like actually read an article because I thought I was gonna have to read the Clara article in order to talk about it, but then there wasn't one. So, but I did some other research,
Wait,
which was
there was
thinking,
a Clara article?
Oh, the
Well, the
magazine, the,
cultural
fake
mood one.
magazine.
Okay, I'm tracking.
Okay, so really the first one, and this is really just about like a timeline. In January, the Trump meme coin to me was like a big cultural mood because
agree.
2025 was really sort of Machiavellian, and that was where we were like, oh, like public service, like, oh, like you're supposed to represent other people. Like, no, actually, you're supposed to scam everyone.
Yes.
And we just like all sort of were collectively forced to be okay with that.
Yes.
Did you buy?
So I like had like a huge come up on the Trump coin, actually.
Good for
Yeah, which I'm like shocked by that because usually that's not how it works for me.
Yeah.
But that was like actually probably my biggest financial win of the year.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like really
In good
Love to
company.
see it.
Yeah. Like I guess we're stands. Like we're really early to the Trump coin.
I could have made more, but I didn't.
I mean, that's like always the case. Yeah. If
you
you
were
make money,
really
you have
in the
to just be
trenches
okay
at that
with
point
it.
in time. I remember you
I
being
was
very locked in, and like
living in the
really,
trenches.
you're really feeling a lot of feelings around having missed the earlier. Like you got in early, but you were having like angst about having missed it like really early, and I was like, whoa, Natasha, it's fine. Like it's fine.
Well, I we don't have to spend too much time on this, but I will say I made a huge, this was my fumble of the year. I was in a moment, I was at a bar, very little service, very low battery life, 5%. Okay. Kate is my external hard drive all time, or external battery. And I was with a friend and I opened I saw what was happening. It was happening and it was like, this is real. And it was at $7, I think $3 or $7. And the person I was with was like, everything you have in this wallet needs to go into this meme coin. Full port. And I was like, no, I'm going to do like 2 Sol and see what happens. And they were like, what? Like they were so upset. And they were like, took my phone and they were going to do it. And I was like, no, I'm not like you. And then moments later, literally like maybe 10 minutes later, it was at 12 and then it was at 16. And then slowly I'm like putting everything in my wallet in it. And I'm just like, and they were just looking at me like, you're an idiot. And I was like, I know, I am.
Totally.
Like that's the point. Yeah.
Totally.
Like what are we here for if not to be idiots?
Totally.
Exactly. Anyway, that was my biggest fumble, but biggest bag I had this year. I can't believe that was this year, but February, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think it was January, but
Okay.
well, whatever. Early on in the year,
Early.
it set the tone.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Set the tone.
It
Okay,
really
next.
Okay, the second thing is, this is like a sort of esoteric moment. I don't even know if you heard about this, but Pete Davidson got rid of his tattoos or like.
I was tracking that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is like
same
not
internet.
really in my universe. I was just asking around, like, hey guys, what are the cultural moods? And then my friend was like, Pete Davidson getting rid of his tattoos, and there's like this obvious.
$200,000 to get them removed. Yes.
Oh.
I'm really honest. I'm in the cultural moods. I hope I can keep up.
And I think it's like there's the very literal reading, which is like, okay, aesthetically tattoos are maybe like waning and people are not into tattoos anymore. It's like a part of the whole like clean girl thing. But I think like the spiritual thing that is more important on a mood level is like, he's just like going back on everything he's ever done and said. And I think like that is like the mood that I really took away from that is like, I feel empowered to wake up every morning and say, I'm not who I was yesterday. And I don't hold those opinions and I didn't do those things.
Wow.
And like my identity is actually fragmented and I started to exist right now.
Oh my gosh. I love
that so much.
Yeah.
And I also think that approaching the world in that way and having that space for your friends to show up new any day is the most generous act that you can do in a friendship. I think you can let someone show up in any way that they're going to show up and they're not a chair that shows up exactly the same way. And I think that genuinely it's like,
I love that.
It's a growth that I've had to force myself to do. And I found it's really powerful.
Yeah.
So I love that for you.
Yeah. And I think like consistency is like, I used to actually pursue consistency in the sense that I was like, oh, I'm like actively trying to be predictable in a way. But I think it's like it's really weird to think of consistency as the endpoint, where if you think about like just naturally, if you're a person who cares about things and like has hobbies and interests, like you just will end up having some level of consistency by being a person with like an identity and a life. And so there's like no need to be like, oh, like gotta be consistent because it just happens.
Yeah, totally.
Well, there's also like consistency on a deeper like values level, and maybe like how that's expressed is different every day.
Yeah,
I try to do it with my kids anyway. I'm like, I can't, like, the way I speak to my kids, it's like I really have to catch myself when I'm like thinking of them in certain rigid tone, ways. And it's like that doesn't let them be full.
Yeah, it's not facilitating their full slay.
Anyway,
totally. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so there's two left, and they're like actually related to one another. So the first is getting brain damage from overusing LLMs.
Oh,
fair.
So in order to kind of like illustrate this, I asked ChatGPT like, what are the cultural moods of 2025? Cultural moods, and it said rainbow emoji 1.
No.
Authenticity, imperfection, and real humanity. And it's like, well, I don't think that means anything.
Yeah,
and I don't think that
rich
has
coming
anything
from
to do
you
with
too.
2025.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that's kind of like a trend that people may have been thinking about for a while now, and it may have been like hashed and rehashed, and we could maybe move on to something that's more appropriate for the time.
Yes. The nuance of a cultural mood is completely lost, it seems.
Oh,
yeah.
Totally. I mean, granted, like I'm the one that prompted it, so it's like, I guess my fault, but like, whatever. And then it said, brain emoji 2, mental health and well-being as cultural priorities.
Oh, they said this, or
Yes,
it said this.
like,
Okay.
That is maybe like would have made sense in like 2014.
We're past that.
Or like 2015 or something. Like that's not the cultural mood of 2025.
No.
But like obviously the greater trend is like, okay, you used to go at way back in the day, you would like talk to people and read a book or whatever, but like that's irrelevant at this point. So it's like you go like 3 years ago, you go on Google, you are at very least curating the sources from your Google query. But now it's like when I have a question, I don't even Google it, I go to ChatGPT. So I'm not even curating the results. Like I'm getting like the monoslop.
Right.
Like the same exact thing that would be given to anyone else, like directly from the LLM, like from ChatGPT. And I think that's just really scary.
Yeah,
that is scary.
Controversial, but related to your wellness take is Brian Johnson a cultural mood?
I mean,
silence.
I not mine, but is he a cultural mood?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I think he reflects something that is true of society. Great. Yeah, his way of being.
Yes.
I also think that the cultural mood of 2025 as it relates to wellness and well-being is actually not like health and being caring for your mental health. I think it's actually quite the opposite. I feel like nihilism and negative mental health
just inject the peptides.
Yeah, like truly, I don't think that. I
Smoking's
think it's
in.
Yeah,
self-destruction is seen as entertainment.
Exactly. Yeah. So actually, it's quite the opposite. ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think it's like radicalized in both directions. Like there's like the health maxers, and then there's like the more nihilistic.
Yes.
It's just like we're approaching the poles.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's your last cultural mood?
Okay. The last one is, and this is like I have like sort of a PhD thesis on it, so you could like cut me short if I'm not explaining it properly or something. But the cultural mood of 2025, I think, is 6-7.
Okay, I'm in.
And
say more.
Oh,
say
you're
more.
in. Okay, I thought I was
totally.
gonna get, because like it's sad for me to admit. Like it's like I don't want it.
I don't like it, but I'm willing to hear what.
I have so many thoughts. Keep going.
Let's
hear it.
So we're gonna talk about horseshoe theory. Does everyone know this, or should I explain horseshoe theory? Okay. So normally, usually when we think about politics, we're like, okay, there's like the right and the left, and it exists on this line segment. And so people who are on the extreme left and the extreme right are actually like extremely opposed to each other and have very little in common. Horseshoe theory posits that the line segment is actually a horseshoe. And when you get like radicalized and you go to the end of the horseshoe, you're actually really close to one another. So like a radical right politics person is closer to a radical left person than like a centrist. It would be easier to make that gap, make that jump. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they just want something to be crazy and they don't really care how or why. So I think that 6-7 it's about context. Like there's you can understand yourself in a low context way or a high context way. So a low context way of understanding yourself is like, I'm going to take all of these trends that are in the news, macro cultural trends, the global economy, all these like really, really big things. And then I'm going to find a way to use those big ideas to understand myself. So it's like a top-down approach.
Okay.
And then like a high context way of understanding yourself would be like, I'm going to examine my direct relationships with the people around me and what I do every day and what I eat and like things that are very like visceral and real and like specific to me. And that's how I'm going to understand myself.
Okay.
And so 6-7 is like radically lacks context. Like it lacks context so much that like being in on 6-7 is simply understanding that there's nothing to be in on. Like the whole point is that there's no context. So it's like cultural trends, mainstream media, whatever, is like asking you to view yourself as just like one of millions of people who's subject to like the whims of the economy and like the political complex and whatever. And 6-7 to me is like people hyperbolizing that idea and saying, oh, there's a narrative that fits everyone. Well, then let's come up with something that's like absurdly simple, like that truly applies to everyone. Like, I understand what a number is.
Yeah.
That's what we all have in common. That's what brings us together with the 6-7 meme. And so it's kind of like poking fun at the idea that we can understand ourselves like in this extremely general way. And that there is like a story that applies to all of us.
Which is that we're sort of an empty container.
Yeah. Like that we can
an
understand
empty
ourselves.
Container for meaning that we just pour whatever we want into.
Yeah. And so I think like 6-7 is us jumping the horseshoe. Is like us like recognizing like, hey, we've been asked to like people are telling us how we should think about ourselves. The media, the powers that be are telling us how we should think about ourselves. But 6-7 is so loose that in order to give it any meaning, you have to like do a joke with your friends about it. So like a second grader doing a 6-7 joke is like, hey, I'm taking this like really absurd thing that doesn't mean anything. And I'm forcing it to mean something to like me and my friends during math class because the answer to the math problem was 6-7 and we're all going to queen out about it. And like, there's something like beautiful about that translation from taking something meaningless and being like, oh, I'm going to like make something like interpersonally meaningful out of it.
I see this. I can see it and accept it. I don't know that I love it. But I do think when I think about all the times that I've heard 6-7 over the last, let's call it 3 months, that has ranged every age, every type of person, every corner, every social economic background. It's everyone. And so I think I think I agree with what you're saying, but there's a sadness to the I guess you can look at it two ways. There's a sadness to the emptiness of it, or it's a beautiful
canvas.
Humanity is, we're all connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the substrate on which we can like build our own meaning.
Right.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe it's a new, maybe it's what will be what unites us all.
I mean, I think it has been.
It is because it has, there's no in-group, there's no out-group. We're all in the in-group in it.
It's like anti-gatekeeping. Like the point, the bit is that there is no way to gatekeep it.
Yes.
There's like nothing to get.
We reach across the aisles.
Yeah.
And 6-7.
And we all go 6-7.
I do think one problem I have with it is when I see women my age saying it, I have like
women your age are saying it?
Yeah, like on.
I don't see women your age saying it.
Like not Dakota Johnson, but like what's her name?
Name and shame. Name and shame.
Like,
name and shame.
Like
Let's hear it.
A celebrity. Amanda, she's in this new movie, the Housemaids movie. Amanda Sheffield.
She's saying it as a joke?
Like they're on Jimmy Fallon. And then she says 6-7, or Kim K says 6-7. And I'm just like, I have a physical embarrassment, body embarrassment for them. So that actually goes against your theory.
Well, I think that actually says more about you than it does about anyone else.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're gonna have to bring that to
my therapist.
But it's like one of those things where it's like you are allowed to find it distasteful, obviously, But it's like, it's kind of like, okay, this is like cringe or I don't like it. It's not the same as like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. It just means like, oh, that's not really for me.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Which, I think like you're allowed to have like taste and opinions. It's not like you're saying like, oh, like Kim K is an idiot for doing that.
Yeah.
You're just saying like, I don't like that.
That's true.
That's tea. That's like so real of you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Dina, do you have any cultural moods for 2026?
Well, Brian Johnson, I think, was my cultural mood.
Oh, okay. For no. For you personally, what is your cultural mood for 2026?
Well, related peptides.
That's your cultural mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I woke up after my ham party to a text. I had a ham party a couple weeks ago, and I was overserved by myself at this ham party.
I served myself.
What party?
A ham party. It's a white millennial woman thing to do. Which
ham?
Ham.
Oh, okay.
Allison
love that. I've never
Roman.
even heard of this.
You'll be invited to my next ham party. You'll have a great time.
Do you know who Allison Roman is?
No.
Okay, no problem. It's you're the wrong demographic for her. But she honestly, I got it from you. Who got it from her? She has this sacred text now, which is about how you throw a ham party. I threw a ham party.
You bake a big ham.
Informed by Natasha. Ham parties are a cultural mood, honestly.
They really are.
Yeah,
you
I
both
love
have
that.
been to my ham party. Okay. Review on the ham party. Great is what she said. Delicious is also what she said. Fun too. Basically you bake a big ham and then you have all these different sauces and mustards and pickles and breads, and then people make all their little sandwiches, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Wait, I love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I woke up the next morning to a text that said, OMG, you didn't get a chance to talk to me about Chinese peptides.
Oh God.
And I was like,
oh
from
my
like,
God.
I know. And I was like, oh my God, what was I spouting off last night to like moms
In Nashville.
In Nashville. Yeah. Like the neighborhood mom group that came over to like my ham party with me. So anyway, that's definitely like top of mind for me, clearly, if that's what I'm talking about when I'm drunk.
Yeah, totally. No, I see that and hear that.
What's your cultural mood?
I'm really trying to think of something that feels right for the next year. Sorry.
You're talking about for 2026.
Yeah, looking ahead.
Okay,
so
got it.
think on it. We'll come to you.
Oh yeah, no, I have a closing statement. So.
Okay, great. Okay, I guess what I'm struggling with the cultural mood is I want it to be a piece of media or a artist of some kind to like cover the year, but this is more of my intention for 2026.
Okay,
so
great.
we're just
Let's
going to go
set
with this.
intentions, yeah.
So I was served a reel with Dakota Johnson and Chris Evans. We're all familiar with who those people
I
are.
don't know who Chris Evans is.
Captain America. He was in The Materialist with her.
Oh,
they were
okay,
on a
yeah,
press
yeah,
tour.
okay,
That's
great.
right. And he actually gives her like a real genuine compliment, like in this, and it is disarming to her. You can tell she like breaks her like press vibe,
like persona.
Yeah. And he was like, one thing I love about Dakota is she's a very on purpose person, and that everything about who she is comes from a well of very intentional decisions that she's made about her life. And it makes her someone, when you're around, there's so much intention to the things that she says and the way that she presents herself in the world and how she cares for her friends. And it was really like a beautiful thing to say about somebody. And I was like, wow, I would like that to be said about me, that I am an on purpose person.
That same compliment.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it seem like I want to be Dakota Johnson, which is not what I'm saying. But that,
But it wasn't
that
about the
idea,
act of
that
complimenting, it was-
cultural
yeah.
mood,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess, of
I
being
get it.
intentional. Intentional is the wrong word. Being purposeful
Yeah.
in the way that you show up. And that you can show up every day someone different, but as long as there's a purpose in the way that you are showing up. That's what I would like.
Period.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, that's
Thanks.
amazing.
Thank
That's a
you.
good like personal cultural mood.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
we're manifesting.
Is having a crush a cultural mood? I think yes.
I think yes, but I don't think it exists. Unfortunately.
Say more about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think everyone's asexual now, and like no one has sex anymore. What? That's true.
The cultural mood is asexuality. No, I haven't heard this. Like, I actually would love
You
to hear a
haven't?
defense of this claim.
I mean, I'm a married woman. I can't really speak to it too much, but like the reading that I do is that there's very much a trend of people like having a lot less sex, considerably less sex than they used to.
Than they were before.
Yeah, but that could either mean that people are yearning harder. Like that could increase the desire because there's no outlet for it. There's no way of getting over it because you're not like
So there's more crushing. actually
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
No,
Like,
and
it
I
could-
also
it could go in
there
that
was also the
direction.
piece that went viral that was like everyone's really hot, but no one's like doing anything about it. Do you remember
Oh
that?
no, that's totally
Mm.
that is a cultural mood. I think the cultural mood, right? Of I'm not saying for me personally, I'm saying for people out in the world, is a combination of increased yearning and crushing with less sex.
Yeah.
So nightmare situation.
Yeah.
I think globally, that would be my 2 cents on that. Totally. You
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah. I think like the interesting like trend of this is like kind of what you were saying is like people aren't, it used to be back in my day, people would want to be hot for like sexual access.
Yeah.
But now like people want to be hot for like just attention.
Instagram.
Like it doesn't necessarily like, which I don't even think there's anything like wrong with that
No
necessarily.
judgment. Yeah.
But it's like a different type of performance. Like you're not craving like intimacy necessarily, like a certain type of like intimate access. You're craving like the opposite of that, like extreme like publicity.
Whoa, that's interesting. I think that's true.
I think
okay,
so too.
what's your closing statement for maybe it's
Oh,
2026,
okay.
maybe
I
it's
have to think on this. Okay, which is that's the only camera, right?
That's the camera.
I'd like to give it to the camera. Okay. Let me settle for a moment. Okay. Many cultural moods were had in the year 2025. The most important of which was 6-7. It's easy to imagine that these trends can be imposed on us from the powers that be. 6-7 emerged online, was adopted by the media, made it into the halls of institutions, and was understood by many. But I think we're focusing on the wrong 6-7. What I want for our cultural mood in 2026 is for us to turn to those around us, our friends, our family, our collaborators, and our coworkers. I want us to look around at the 6 or 7 people right next to us and build a cultural mood with them.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Quasimatt, you're a performer, an artist. You are a cultural mood.
Thank you.
You are
Thank
a cultural
you.
mood. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Perfect.
It was
Perfect
perfect
guest.
as always. I think we should maybe
That's
just
it.
wrap it up.
Wrap
That's
it
the
up.
holiday special of Boys Club Live. We will see you in 2026.
We're actually doing a show next week, but that's
We are?
yeah, we're doing a live show.